Hello everyone. I don't know why I said it so weird, but good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Francine and I'm here with my channel, The Hermetic Herald. I'm here for a message celebrity tarot reading for you guys today. I'm going to be touching base on Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid. So it is time for me to talk about this. So it's time for me to also touch base with the situation at hand, what happened between the two, like what was going on before the relationship ended. I'd prefer to go into it unbiased as much as I can. I don't know enough about each of them. I know more from his last video, and I might link that on the right top corner for you guys if you'd like to touch base with what I've gotten on Zayn Malik and also on his dynamic within One Direction with Harry. So we know a little bit, I know a little bit based off of those readings, but as far as the relationships go, this is going to be, I did one on Selena Gomez a while back, a little bit ago, a couple days. It feels like forever. So I feel like I need to touch base with this relationship in particular because I know that they have a child named Kai. I know that the relationship was quite turbulent, at least how I see it presented. So I wanted to see if I can touch base with the state of the relationship before the breakup occurred. What did Zayn bring to the relationship or the situation? I'm hearing situationship. And then also, what did Gigi bring to the relationship? I wanted to look at, after that, their potential together as a couple. And then what lessons did they learn from this relationship? What was the meaning, like the reason for this relationship occurring, apart from having their child? Okay, and then what should they have? What should they pay close? What should they have paid close attention to at the time of the relationship? So it's gonna feel. Sometimes I'm gonna have to reword things because this spread is initially, it's supposed to be for people that are in relationships, so we're going to shift it so that it looks at what their relationship was in the past. Okay, I don't know why I'm seeing causal or casual coming through the word. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much for the messages that have come through for Zayn and for Gigi in the past. Please help us in understanding, or at least in Zayn's case, please help us understand both parties. Please help us understand what situation occurred in the past, rather. What was their situation like in the past? Keep feeling this card. Okay, so we're just gonna start from there. Zayn, do you want me to continue from there? I feel like I should be continuing from there. Okay. Lessons. Pay close attention to. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So when I see these three cards here, I'm hearing, and I'm not even serious, like it's kind of interesting, I'm hearing doomed to fail. It was fated to fail. The worries, I think, were meant to occur. They were meant to look at their worries, their doubts, their fears. It was meant to highlight this. So this relationship from the beginning was more, it was more of like a contract. What I'm feeling really strongly is when I see the Three of Pentacles, that's a collaboration, that's a friendship. This takes on a soul level. Because when I see the Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Pentacles, it feels like it was destiny for them to meet. It was destiny for them to address what they did. And I feel as though the worry, they were meant to, that's not really nice to say, but I'm gonna say it. They were meant to like torture each other in a sense of like showing them the things that they needed to heal, the things that they need to address. So right off the bat, overall energy is that their relationship was fated, yes, but it almost was like highlighting all of the darkness, all of the worries that it's like the things that they didn't want to happen, happened. And I'm seeing 444. Stability in their home, addressing stability in their own relationships with their parents is addressed here, is coming through. So there's something here about their dynamic with their family and understanding family and home, addressing what they would want for their family, what dynamic they wanted to see in their family. It's bringing up all of those to the surface. So, wow, that's a definition of a toxic soulmate or like a karmic soulmate. We'll see what happens in this reading, but that's coming out right off the bat, okay? Interesting. And I don't know if Gigi likes to touch her hair a lot, but I'm literally like feeling like I need to touch my hair. Interesting. All right. So number one, what was the state of the relationship at the time before they had broken up? We have the Three of Swords. So the state of the relationship at the time of it ending was heartbreak. It was mistrust, it was pain, it was deep, deep pain. There was like, I don't know if one or the other felt it more than the other, but there was just an overall energy of pain, overall energy of feeling like disappointment, feeling like they weren't enough. Someone felt like they weren't enough here. And then feeling like just like it all broken. There was just like a sense of just dismay, sadness, what you would expect before a breakup. So understandably so, the state of the relationship was just really torn. Okay. What did Zayn bring to the relationship here? Star. Wow. Okay. So he brought healing. He brought a healing energy to him. He brought like a reflection. Because if you look in the picture here, you're seeing the person looking at the reflection in the water as they're pouring. And I feel as though he was pouring into this relationship and he was seeing his reflection. And he was seeing something. Wow. So basically what I'm getting here is that Gigi reflected all of the things that he had been dealing with as far as his healing process, with what he looks for in women, what he finds in women. There's something karmic about what he found interesting or what he found intriguing or what he loved about Gigi. And I feel like it showed him a reflection of himself or of something in his past. And I'm hearing past life. This is like a past life contract. This is not just like a happenstance, like I just met this person, we fell in love. It's more like I felt like they felt fated. They felt like they actually were like meant to meet up. They felt like they were meant to be together or be in a situation like this. And it healed. He brought a lot of healing in the relationship. He brought a lot of recognition. I also feel like he also showed her a lot of things that she needed to heal. That's what he brought to the relationship, was areas of healing, openness to healing as well. For her, what did Gigi bring to the relationship? So she brought, this can be seen as either conflict, or this can be seen as someone that kind of sharpened you or encouraged you to step out of your comfort zone. She could have brought something that made him push himself harder, see the world in a different light, feel like he can really fight, or it's a sense of like differences. She brought differences. She brought a difference of opinion, a difference of responding to life, of the situations of life. She brought a different perspective completely. But I feel as though she was more of like someone to butt heads with. Because when you see the Five of Wands, you're seeing these people and they're not necessarily hurting each other like the Five of Swords. If I saw Five of Swords, I would say, yeah, conflict. She brought arguments. Okay. But I feel as though she brought like more of an argumentative energy, but not like hurt. It came from a place of like, I'm different and I have some things to show you that will show you what you're not seeing in life. She brought a new perspective, different perspective. She brought competitiveness, the energy of competition here. She brought like kind of like disorder, I'm not gonna lie, because it can be, depending on what else we get for her, she's bringing more so conflict and he's bringing a way to resolve the conflict, if that makes sense, okay? So what is their potential together as partners here? Their potential together was judgment. Their potential together was to show each other. It feels like they came to a place of recognizing what they wanted or what they really wanted in life. Because judgment is about the end of life, the time when this angel is blowing his trumpet and all of these people are ready to go. There just is a need to go. And it's like, are you either going to accept and open up your arms to what's coming, or are you going to cower in fear? It's like seeing like the need for you to make a decision and to make a judgment call. So it feels like they became more confident after this relationship, or when the end of the relationship was near, of coming to an understanding of what they wanted in life, what they wanted in love, what they wanted in a relationship. They both were very resolute at the end of this. That was their potential. Their potential was to come to some understanding of what they really wanted. I feel like Zayn, he brought a lot of healing energy for Gigi. I feel like she needed to heal some aspects of how she perceived men or perceived him. And I'm seeing 1111. Something about divine partnership, like seeing someone that actually is like, I'm hearing confidant, feeling like someone is like in her corner, that he understands her. I feel like she had some conflict and battled with that, and he kind of tried to assuage her and kind of like show her. That's what it's coming off as. When you see these cards, I mean, what do you see? I see like celestial, like I see like healing, I see enlightenment. And when I see this, I feel like she's just so like focused on the ground, focused on what's in front of her, and competing against that. So it's just like two different energies. He brought more of like a higher perspective of life, and I think she brought more of like a down to earth, like how do you deal with drama? How do you deal with competitive energy? How do you deal with issues? So interesting, right? So it's good to have a balance. That's definitely true. So what lessons did they learn through this relationship? We have a 7 of Pentacles. Okay. With the 7 of Pentacles, usually that's about like longevity. It's about looking back at your bounty and what you've created for yourself. And it could either be like a sense of like being tired of like doing the same thing and getting the results that you wanted, of it taking a long time and being arduous, or it can be like you reflecting on where you've come and how far you've gone here. So it really is, the lesson learned was longevity, of sitting something through and actually being thorough with it. Like they actually took the time to really make this work. They took the time and the energy in order to understand each other. They tried their best. I'm getting the sense that they tried for some time. They were really trying to see it from all perspective and angles here. I feel like the longevity, the commitment itself was their lesson of like seeing how far they could go. Because I feel like they probably haven't had anything long-term as long as this, or at least as deep, in the sense that they committed to each other through their creating a child and deciding to have this child, right? It took time, energy to raise Kai. I feel like there's like something about just them sticking it out and trying to make something work here. That's the lesson they learned, is like that it's possible, that the human will take you to such such lengths where you'll stay with someone even if you're conflicting energies, even if you're heartbroken, and it'll teach you how to love and how to like figure out how to love someone that's so different or distinct from you. It's like they had to learn how to love each other. Okay. There's such a contrast between these two people energetically. It was definitely a contract is what I'm hearing. Contract in the sense of a soul contract here, okay? And what should they pay close attention to? I feel like what they need to pay close attention to is controlling each other. This is also indicative of patriarchy, like of Zayn coming from a place of wanting to be the breadwinner, wanting to be like the emperor, wanting to control. There was like a sense of them trying to control each other in different ways. I feel as though Zayn was trying to control the situation in a spiritual manner, and she was trying to control in like a physical manner. Yeah, so there was just a lot of control. There wasn't enough give. So let's go into their archetypes. Let's see what's going on here. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, Zayn. Let's see if my lips are like... What are Zayn's shadow attributes, spirit guides, angels, ancestors? What are some shadow attributes for Zayn? Okay. And what are some light attributes for Gigi? Wow, there's just a lot of energy here. Okay, light attributes here. Wow, Gigi has a lot. What are some shadow attributes of Gigi? Shadow attributes for Gigi, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Okay, I feel this one strongly. Shadow, okay. Bottom of the deck is bully. So we have highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. There's an energy of like trying to dominate each other with the Emperor card. So that was really what was affecting this relationship. They needed to pay close attention to trying to control each other, okay? I feel like it was like butting heads with spirituality in some way as well, and the aspects of spirituality were coming through. And it showed really to their core how strong they were in their faith is what I'm hearing. It really showed them like, are you really believing of X, Y, or Z, considering you have some issues with submitting in some way, submitting to some thought or understanding of the world. We have for Zayn Destroyer as the light attribute or archetype here. That's releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. That's all about the Star card here. Preparing for new life. It's healing. He was a very healing energy here. I can already see that. We have Child Magical. This is about seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Like a very childlike faith. Hence the Child Magical card, but also like sacred beauty, seeing things very sacredly. He took that very seriously. I don't know if Zayn has like mediumship abilities, but I just saw the word medium across my line of sight and it's not anywhere in the room. So I'm feeling like he's a medium of some sort. And I feel like he has mediumship abilities. He can sense and feel, and I feel like he has a communication with animals. Because I'm feeling like that came up in his last reading, at least that he had a very close connection to animals. I feel like he literally can like feel, sense them, their soul, who they are, okay? This is also his other light attribute, which is Rescuer. Provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. He tried to rescue her, it's what I'm getting strongly. He's also a very transformative energy, and something I've learned about transformative energies, got any person that is transforming rapidly, they tend to gravitate towards people who are not there yet, or the people that are trying to heal something. Like those people actually will be gravitating towards these people. Zayn, with the Destroyer, Child Magical, and Rescuer, had a very like angelic type energy, more so like a non-judgmental type energy of more so like going through something really transformative in his life, and she felt it. Like energetically, she was drawn to him because that was what was her destiny. It's like her destiny was to see and experience him in this way. He's a very like impressionable person on her. He did a lot. He had quite the impression on her. Okay, so I feel as though he had 3, I believe. And I believe the rest are sustained spirit. Yeah, so that's what we have for Zayn. Now we have mediator for the shadow attribute. That is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Huh. Okay, so there may have been a situation in which he had negotiated with someone for a reason, like got into this relationship for a reason in the beginning. The beginning stages of this relationship were based on a negotiation between someone else for some agenda for himself. The plot thickens. Okay, so what is the hidden agenda? It can be either personal or professional. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What was his agenda here with negotiating? What situation is there here? Okay, we have the King of Wands. What's interesting is he got this card for his relationship with Harry. The energy between them. I'm feeling this card strongly. 9 of Pentacles. So he's a very driven energy here. Very independent as well. 22 on the clock. And I think that, interesting, someone wanted to tie him down. I don't know if this was a parent that wanted him to kind of be more mature, wanted him to look to someone else to marry one day. It's like there's this energy of someone trying to, like, it's almost like an arranged marriage or arranged relationship. 2 of Pentacles, someone to bring him balance. So someone here negotiated, or he negotiated with someone else, and I feel very strongly like a female presence. Like there's a woman here that he was like tied, negotiating with or tied to, and he was kind of in his head about it, about the situation of like, I'm hearing impression, like the impression he would have on Gigi. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of information and I'm trying to be concise. Spirit guides, can I have clarification on what I'm hearing? What is the situation here with the negotiation with Zayn? We have occupation, so it's work related, professional. It was a professional, yeah, work, occupation, family room. And then we also had one flip, lovers. Whoa. Distant horizons. I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing in a second. I just want to confirm here. He wanted to sustain like his legacy in some way. He was looking at his professional life and he was also looking at his family ties. So someone here was negotiating with Zayn on an agreement to be kind of like, it feels so arranged. Someone with him decided to agree to do something, to sign up for this contract that would help them professionally, but also, excuse me, provide him with the family. I'm feeling very strongly like he had plans with Gigi that were like intentional. Like they, I don't know, it feels almost like they planned on having a child. Spirit, did Gigi and Zayn plan on this? Plan on having their child? Oh my gosh, I'm getting things that I don't want to. So I'm getting like horses, which makes me feel like they were like at it physically a lot. That's like TMI. Was that the part of the plan? Page of Pentacles. They were planning on having a child. They were actually planning on it. Queen of Cups. She was all about it with the Queen of Cups here. Very nurturing energy. Even if the tabloid said that she said that she wasn't planning on it, I'm getting that that was a plan, that they had come to an agreement that they were going to do this, that they were going to mesh their occupations and professional careers and try to create something bigger. I feel very strongly that's the case. So this was an agreement. This was some kind of like contract, not just soul contract, but like a physical contract. And it was with like an arranged, some mother figure here. Some mother figure was involved in this arrangement, because I feel like when I see this card, I'm going to show you guys, it feels like it was like to prevent them from wandering or of being too free, independent. They wanted them to stay together. So it could have been after they found out they were pregnant or were having the baby, they decided they wanted to like convince them to send an offer her way, so that it would look good on their part. It really is interesting. I'm getting like, this is not something I think a lot of people will know. They thought this would really help their careers. That's coming through strongly here. Okay. With Gigi, right, with her positive attributes or light attributes, we had guide. This represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. She's kind of like a nurturing energy. But she also, I think she teaches people big lessons. She ends up being the person that teaches people huge lessons. We have Midas Miser. This is entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. She makes money like nobody's business. She can make money in doing so many different things. She's a very abundant person. Gossip awakens consideration for the feelings of others, and also honors trust. So she's a very trustworthy person with information and insight. She's like, hey, I can keep your secrets. I can keep them. I can take care of you. Let's just take care of each other. Given what we know about the last reading that I did on Harry and Zayn, she seems like that kind of person to tell him, like, I'm your confidant. You can talk to me. I can listen, and I won't say anything. I will keep this between us. And I feel like that's also the negotiation that was made. I feel as though she made a negotiation, as I said in that reading. That came out again, and I forgot. Because when I channel, guys, I don't remember past information from readings. I usually have to go back and watch it again, and I'm actually coming back to the remembrance of like us talking about this card, about there being a deal, a partnership that was made in response to some secret. That's coming through strongly here. We also have skill at navigating levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. She's able to like shift into what people want to see and what she wants to be. She's very she really transforms a lot. But she's she's introverted, more introverted than we might think, because it says seek solitude to focus intently on her inner life, serves personal creativity. Very creative person, very loyal, very chill. I'm getting a chill energy and vibe from her, despite what people might think of her. She seems very introverted, but she knows how to make her money, so then she becomes extroverted for you guys. But she feels like a hermit on the inside, okay? We also have artists, yeah, very artistic, very gifted. She has other gifts that we may not know about. Expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Yeah, I'm hearing generous. So she has like a generous amount of gifts that she can provide for people. But what are her shadow attributes? We have Prince, using power for self-aggrandizement. So using her power for her benefit. She knows of her charm, and she uses that to find and to harness in the power. Okay, and that usually comes from a place, when you think of the prince, you think of like a royal family. She has a history, like she has like a legacy to uphold. So it feels as though she's coming from a place of legacy, of using her power to get herself and advance herself further. Last card we have for her shadow attribute is compromises integrity and honesty, and allows an addictive pattern to have authority over her inner spirit. So sometimes she lets her addictions get the best of her. Now with addictions, it can be like a range of things. It doesn't have to be literal drug use. But I want to see if there's anything we can get on insight as far as what this is, why did the addict come through. So basically you're seeing that this was a very karmic relationship overall. She came with a slew of positive attributes. Don't get me wrong, she's a very good entrepreneur. I feel like Capricorn energy off of her because I feel like she has such a drive to make things happen. Drinking. Something about drinking is coming through. I feel as though she has like a tendency of drinking a little too much. And that's part of her addictive pattern here. 10 of Cups. Yeah, when she's really happy. She's like a happy drunk. Okay, just want to say that for someone out here. Yeah, she gets a little crazy, a little foolish when she's drunk. She tends to be that happy drunk though. Yeah. All right. But yeah, she has a slew of other things, but I think he brings out these patterns in her. So we usually in a karmic relationship, the light attributes are there, but we always tend to see the dark a lot more. So I feel as though he was trying to like kind of mediate a situation between her and trying to calm her, trying to placate her. And I feel like she had an energy of like imbibing when she was stressed out, and also of using and utilizing her charm and her abilities and her gifts, her power to control him. Yeah, really karmic energy here. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this card, the addict card? Yeah, balance was needed, definitely. We also have the Magician. What's interesting is we have a lot of cups. Yeah, look how many cups she has. Let me just show you. Okay, we have Temperance, the Magician, and the 5 of Cups. But look at all these cups. So she goes through this cycle of drinking and imbibing and getting really happy, like a happy drunk type energy. But then she'll come back to herself, and then she'll just have a lot of disappointments, a lot of like regrets. Because I think when she gets in this full energy, she tends to go a little too crazy. And then she'll say things like sharp, like she'll just start saying stuff. And I'm also getting too that she tends to look on social media, or tends to, it's like she tempts herself when she's in a really high energy. I don't know if she has some kind of mental thing going on there, but like when she gets really high in her energy and she's really excited, she'll like start looking at things that like crash her down, like really mess with her mood, really mess with her energy. And it's like she tries to manifest like some kind of equilibrium by seeing the negativity or watching or viewing like either social media. So I feel as though she's doing this. I almost feel like that's a current energy. Like she does that whenever she sees like her exes. She looks back on their information, like sees how they're doing, and like, sometimes it gets her into a mood. And I'm seeing in the word imposter. So sometimes she feels like the person, like she's an imposter, like she's not interesting. Her mind, her mental state her mental state is like that of a child here. When she gets into like drinking, when she focuses on that addictive behavior, she gets into like really small bouts of depression or like negativity, and she'll start like looking their social media up, and that's what gives her the depression or feeling of like anxiety or sadness here. Yeah, when she's traveling too, she tends to drink. Very specific. So let me know what you guys know about that. I don't know her whatsoever, apart from just what I've heard, which is usually about her mom and about the family, not necessarily with her. So I want to see if there's anything else that we can touch base on. What is the likelihood that they're going to end up revisiting this relationship for the sake of their child or anything like that? I'd like to touch base on what we can expect. Okay, at that, the three of Pentacles, friendship again. Resorting to friendship to make things work as best as they can. What is the outcome of this contract? As far as them dealing with Kai and being parents, they're in each other's lives to some extent. What can we expect from them? What can we expect from both Zayn and Gigi? What can we expect from them? Okay. All right. So we have death, the end of a situation, transformation, clarity, and the Lovers. Yeah, recognition of this relationship for what it was. What strong cards. Like, this is like telling a story. It's just like, this is what the trajectory is. Them recognizing the transformation that they went through in this experience, in this relationship, having clarity on where they stand, right, between each other. And I also feel as though this is about what's dividing them. They see the bridge that really they can't divide or they can't cross. It's like recognizing the Lovers is also the karmic soulmate card, in my opinion. It could be soulmates. It really depends on the cards, because the Six of Cups is what I see as a soulmate card, like past life. When I see the Lovers, it could just be about the nature of the relationship and the nature of what was. Now we're going to clarify that. But we have the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of... Oh, and the Six of Wands. They successfully went through this wheel. Destiny, they successfully completed this cycle. When you look at, I just see successful completion, and I think they should be proud of that. That is what they were meant to do. They were meant to complete this cycle and have this child. And I honestly feel like they, personally, from what I'm seeing in these cards, were meant to have Kai. And that was really what was meant to come out of this. The lessons that they needed to learn were learned. Okay. What messages do you have about this end result here to help us understand if they're ever wow, look at that. Expect powerful change, guys. Bottom, so what we got was the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. We have a new romantic cycle begins, and nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so what I said earlier, I'm gonna say that, wow, nothing is yet set in stone. They're trying to tell us, hey, we don't know. It's really where they end up, because I feel like they bridged this gap in their lessons, in their soul lessons on this earth. And I feel like if they continue to go in the direction of healing, they can actually bridge this gap. But right now they need to focus on clarity. They need to focus on what matters, which is their child, focus on their healing, focus on their self-development, self-empowerment, and then address that. It's not going to be something that they can kind of like play with. They're not playing with this. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this relationship, Spirit? Anything you'd like us to know? Is there anything you'd like us to know about this relationship here? Wow. Okay, first card out is grounding, getting themselves grounded. Focusing on what their foundation is and what they really want. They need to figure out what it is that they really, what holds them together and what keeps them from falling apart. There needs to be grounding individually in their lives. We also have your omens. When they're grounded, what are they seeing in each other? What are they feeling towards each other? They're having these contemplative moments, and I'm seeing it's 222 right now. They're having a lot of contemplation about the relationship and where they were and where they are currently, how this took them. It's like they're seeing the good in what they experienced, in the sense that it brought them to where they are. They would not have been there exactly the way that they were had they not gone through the trials and the tribulations or the experiences and the love that they went through. So they're recognizing like the omens, the signs in their life. They're also heightening in their psychic development here with the swan. When I think of swans, swans actually are notorious for finding one partner and that's it. If they pass, that is all that is their only soulmate. And I feel as though there's something about this relationship being distinct from the others, being very distinct and transformative for them in their lives. But here's what's getting me. This card, we have Reunion of Souls. This was reiterating the karmic relationship that I got from their reading. The fact that they're like soulmates. Their contract, I feel as though they're karmic soulmates here. Yeah. I just had like a weird thing happen where I cleared my sign. Everything just cleared out when I said that. I feel like, wow, wow, they would have to fall in love all over again, okay? And it's not gonna go the same way it did the first time, okay? So this is really an open energy. This tells me that they might reunite. They might reunite. Here at the bottom, we have healing energy, duality, like I was saying, and masculine energy, which is what came out in the past for Zayn, what he was healing. So it's healing like the ability to stand your ground and to be truly in control of your situation, not of other people necessarily, but of your own power. He's learning how to dominate and to control himself, and to also stand up for what he believes in. Wow. So what is anything else, Spirit? What is the end result of this relationship? Are they going to end up trying this again? Are they going to end up trying again, Spirit, with Zayn? Wow. Okay, so we have occupation, despair, community, expectation. So they feel like this sense and weightiness and worry about the situation. They feel like if they were to try again, I mean, they would feel like the community around them, the people around them, are expecting it to happen. And I think that's causing some despair. And so they're focusing on their work right now. They're trying to avoid people thinking like what they're thinking. It's like, you know, when you're like, no, you're adamant that I'm not going to get back with that person because everyone and their mom is expecting me to go back to this person because we have a child together and all of that. They're trying to not make it about the community, about the people around them. They're trying to make it about each other. What's interesting here, though, is that we have marriage, privileged lady, and coffin. Okay. I don't know why I'm hearing Wyoming. So I don't know if she's taking a trip to Wyoming or something like that is relevant. Marriage. Okay, I can't make that up either. So marriage is coming through. Great fortune, though. Lovers. Whoa. I think they are going to try. They're going to try again. They think about this a lot. Okay, so I'm thinking that Zayn is thinking about it, considering that one day they might find each other again and try to form a partnership and also an alliance is what I'm hearing. I think that he's open to trying. Now, it's going to bring a lot of wealth. It's going to bring a lot of fortune here. I feel like they would make a great like alliance if they were to work through all of the crap or all of the situations that come their way. They would have to transform a whole lot. Spirit guys, I'm getting a lot to this story. Are they going to date again, Spirit, on their current trajectory? Are they going to try again? Are they going to try again? They are. 6 of Wands. Yeah, so you can expect that they're going to try again. They're going to have to approach death, though, approach emotional fulfillment in themselves, and they're going to have to heal a lot. They're going to have to really focus in on what they've learned, on their lessons. Yeah, moving forward. They can move forward. It's possible, but there has to be equal give and take here. And I feel as though right now is not the time. Right now, it's not going to happen now, but it will happen in the future. They're going to work towards that. They're not worried about getting it. They're starting to feel a bit like dejected, and I feel a little bit like there's something missing, and I feel like it's because of this partnership. It's taught them something really valuable, but I feel as though it's not over. So that is what I have for you guys today. That is the answer that I have for the question of what's going to happen going forward. But I hope this helped you guys gain clarity and also insight on what's going on and what happened with them in the past. What their energies are presenting is very interesting, so we will see in the coming days, weeks, and months. But definitely feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and also feel free to tune in. Let me know what you would like to see me touch base on, as well as checking out my Buy Me a Coffee, where I do exclusive content, as well as collective channeled messages on there. I also do personal readings, so feel free to reach out for that if you'd like information and insight on your current situation. We all are going through a lot, and I feel like any insight, even just a yes or no response to a question you have, it's very affordable, and I've put it down in the comments or the description box below for you guys. So I hope this helps you, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.